We are going to learn how to multiply using partial product, but we are going to do that by comparing it to something we already know, the area model. So over here, I will show the area model. Over here, I will show the new way of doing it, partial product. So we know if we have 65 times 4, first thing we're going to do is 60 plus 5 times 4. Well, it's pretty much the same thing for partial product. We will go 60 plus 5, but this time we're going to put the 4 underneath the 5 because that way we're lining up place values because the 5 and the 4 are both in the ones place. Coming back to area model, I have to bring my numbers down and over. And the next step would be to multiply. That's going to be our next step in partial product too. When we multiply an area model, we start off in this first box. 4 times 6 and then add a 0 onto it gives us 240. We're going to do the same thing in partial product. And I like to actually circle it so I know what I'm doing. I'll take this bottom number and go right on over there and go 6 times 4 is 24 plus a 0 is 240. Then, coming back to area model, we'll do our next box. 5 times 4 is 20. I'm going to do that same process over here. And the way that I like to think about it so that my numbers, I don't get mixed up with what I'm circling, is that this bottom number is like a sprinkler and it's spraying on those ones. But 5 times 4 is 20. And I need to make sure when I write these down that I line up my place values. So my ones place, my tens place, my hundreds place. Going back to area model, next we would add the numbers together. So I will rewrite them over here and add them up. We're going to do the exact same thing with partial product, but they're already lined up for us. So we know 20 plus 240 is 260. Let's see if we get the same answer on partial product. Yes, we did. Same thing, it's just a different way of showing it. But if you notice, you're still solving the same equations because you're still solving 60 times 4 and 5 times 4. That's just a different way of looking at it. Let me show you one where I'm not comparing it to area model. So let's do 8 times 31. First thing, I'm going to take my larger number and expand it. 30 plus 1 times 8. I'm going to write that 8 underneath the 1 because that is the same place value. Then I'm going to become like a sprinkler. That 8 is going to spray onto the other ones. And I like to actually start in the ones place. The last example I showed you starting in the tens place only so that you could see how it was the same as area model. But really it's more useful if you start in this place value just so that you don't get mixed up on your steps. But if you want to start in the tens, it won't be wrong. So 8 times 1 is 8. And that 8's going to go on over to the other one. 8 times 30, remember it's 8 times 3 plus a 0, 240. Then just like area model, I'm going to add these together, giving me a total of 248.